Good for you, Temi. Join the conversation. It's going to be exciting. I already feel the excitement. Send us messages through WhatsApp 0809444981. On Twitter, we're at Smooth981FM. The hashtag to add is Business Express 981. And we're streaming live on YouTube, so you can watch and leave a comment on that platform. Rotus?
Thank you so much. Temi, our minister. See, look, I don't know. These stories, I know what's going to happen now. I'm gonna quote him, then everybody's gonna get angry and start sending messages. I don't know if we should go down this road again. I'm kind of, I don't know, Anyway,
let's see what it is.
Minister of Labor and Employment, Chris Ngige, granted an interview to one of the TV stations, and he said the Buhari administration is doing its best to tackle unemployment. He said even the biggest country, America has unemployment and that they're doing their best. He pointed out conditional cash transfers. He said, what else did he say? He said they're doing their best. He also said that it is not the job of the Nigerian government to provide jobs, but it's the job of the Nigerian government to create an enabling environment to allow jobs to thrive. So I won't even say anything. Temi, what's your take, Temi?
I mean,
exasperated.
I mean, the reason you feel like this Rotus is probably because you already know what my take is. I mean, there's no other take to have. I mean, it's what he's saying is just not true. Like, this can't be their best. I mean, if this is their best, then we should be worried. I mean, you can't tell me you're trying your best and 1 in every 3 people is unemployed. That doesn't make, it feels like you're not trying at all. I mean, even if they say it's not a job to provide jobs, we just provide the environment. The environment is awful. It's terrible. Like, you can't tell me this is an environment for private businesses. I mean, you hear businesses complain all the time. You've seen how they change regulation on a whim. Foreign companies can't come here because you don't know what the government is going to do tomorrow. You can't trust them. And so I don't think he's being honest at all. I think he's got his head in the sand. And then comparing to the US, saying they have unemployment as well is frankly ridiculous because, I mean, what are they at 6%? But even then, that's like a huge drop from the 14% we saw at the peak of the pandemic. And because we have like a trend of the unemployment, we know that, again, a lot of this has been a result of, lockdown measures. Because before that, they were at 3%, so you can trace where the issue came from. But in Nigeria, they don't give you data. So you don't even know if this 33% is actually an improvement from where we were before, So and then even before, we had Q2 data before pandemic at 27%. So we can't even put it at the feet of the pandemic. So I don't think they've done enough. I don't think he's being honest with himself or with us. He's lying. It's as simple as that. He's lying. They've not done enough. They're not even trying. It doesn't seem like it's a concern to them.
When I think of the ministers, I try to think about, okay, which minister can I point to say that, okay, what this minister is doing, the average Nigerian can feel it on the ground. I mean, outside of Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amici, Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, with the VAT increases and so on and so forth. And then beyond the two of them, I struggle to try and think of Greek. I can't even say the Greek minister has implemented a policy like. So what do Chris Ngige? The only time I hear from Chris Ngige is when he's giving an interview and trying to justify something or defend something. I have never heard anything from Chris Ngige that has to do with a policy implementation that has led to an improvement in employment in Nigeria. Think about every single time you've heard of Chris Ngige in public. Last time he said doctors in Nigeria can leave, right? Wasn't that the last time we heard from him?
Yes.
Yeah. He said the doctors can go overseas. He said we have enough doctors. He said that if doctors in Nigeria go overseas, that is a form of remittance, is a form of dollar inflows to Nigeria, because they'll go overseas, they'll make money, then they'll send the money back.
Wishful thinking.
Before that, what was the other thing he said again? Everything, he's like Lai Mohammed, like Lai Mohammed. Like when you say Lai Mohammed to a Nigerian, they get angry, right? Because every time Lai Mohammed speaks, it has nothing to do with the Ministry of Information and Culture. It has nothing to do with a new tourist site in Abuja that is going to bring foreigners flying into the country and bring us FX. It has nothing to do with a new museum that's been opened. Every time Lai Mohammed speaks, you are bound to get upset and bound to get angry. So I don't know. I look at this again. I told Ayo last week. We should just look ARM stock trade. Yeah, it's a website that allows you to buy stocks. And I rather just talk about tech things. And what companies like ARM are doing. Like, tell me tell us about ARMs. I don't want to do.
No, because honestly, I agree with you, Rotus. I don't want to see. I don't want to be depressed this morning as I was yesterday. I'm tired, right? And most of the time when I walk out of this show, but ARM's technology, ARSX technologies. I'm sure you guys are in tech, securities, insurance, everything you're doing. As with most private companies in Nigeria that are forward thinking or future thinking, you're the ones propelling business and putting money in people's hands and enabling them to fly.
Let's talk about that a bit. That's what,
so that's what I'm interested in.
Because, to start, anyway, tell me, so you can access the website, buy stocks on the site, trade on the go, so on and so forth, correct?
Yes. And obviously access to research materials, and that, obviously, if you should be able to speak to a stockbroker, but then if you want to do your own research, we have research materials there, if you're that way inclined. It's good. It's a good site, it's easy to use, good material on them. If I do say so myself.
Because see, and by the way, when we talk about ministers impacting individuals and businesses, look at what the excise duties have done to the brewery sector, right? So it may not be a good thing, but at least if we're talking within the realm of feeling the impact, the ministry and the what they with VAT increases and excise duties. Tell me, that's an impact on breweries, has it not?
It does. It's impacted on consumers, whole consumer space. That's where you see them, where they're parasites, That's the only time you see them, where there's something to eat out of. But Nigerians are trying to do their best in spite of the government.
In spite.
Being a Nigerian,
So Yinka Bolu has a message here. He said, I watched
that message with anger. That message you're about to read, does it have anything to do with technology, or is it about unemployment?
It's about Ngige.
Oh, wow.
Yinka said, I watched that interview in anger. I was practically screaming in my study till my daughter came in to ask if I was okay. And Ngige can do this and get away with it, because that particular TV program is not a calling program. Else, we won't be discussing this.
No.
I see him still typing, Yinka. Please type. Bimbo says, do you even know the minister's name, let alone what they've done? Bimbo from VI. Benga Kamo says, why do government officials point to trade money or conditional cash transfer successes? How have they transformed the life of the average Nigerian? We do need impact, or feel the impact of the ministers negatively, he said.
He also said, Ngige also said that it's small money, or even if it's 5,000, you can't read it. Everybody should read this article.
Yeah.
He said even if it's 5,000 or 10,000, at least it's doing something and it's helping them to alleviate. 5,000. So, Valentine, how much you spend on your lunch? Tell me. This is he's saying that even if it's 5 or 10K, what is 5 or 10K divided by the exchange rates versus a year ago? He said, don't worry, it's doing something. Man, I just look.
Rotus, let me put it in this context. 2 laps of turkey in the market is it's about 4,600 naira.
And it's increased. Yeah, exactly.
It's increased, yeah.
Kilos, I think it's gone up. Exactly, it's gone up. So what does that buy?
A crate of egg is about 2,100. Some people say, you can find it at 1,600 on the mainland. How many people can afford these things?
Yeah, it's crazy. But then you have to understand, like, is in their benefit, not their benefit, like they like keeping people poor, you know. So like when it's election time, they can give out small money and they're like, oh, look at what we're doing for you. You know, if everyone is in their interest, you know, they don't really care about stopping poverty, you know, because like I said, 33%, you have to not be trying. It's ridiculous. Like you literally have to be like, yeah, there's no improvements. But they like it, you know, because they'll be like, when in 2 years' time, they'll be like, oh, this guy did nothing for you, vote for me. He has 5,000 naira.
And also banking on the fact that people forget easily. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yinka says, even the Minister of Power came to lie that there's a major increment. When I loaded my meter 2 hours earlier and I saw the increase, I'm like, is this man normal? Oh, by the way, there's a tariff increase that's coming on the 1st of July. Now, Philip sent in a message, says, talk about the bill and Melinda Gates' divorce and its impact on countries like us.
Can we? Tell me, what do you think?
Well, I don't know how it's going to impact us. You know, I mean, obviously that was a shock last night, you know,
but,
to see the news there.
In their statements, they said they are going to continue working together. It's just the marriage that's broken apart, not the business relationship.
Yeah, I mean, because the whole foundation is called Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I don't really think they're going to have to, they're going to now rename the whole thing. I mean,
no, they won't.
So I think, they will keep working together. And it's just a shock. I mean,
big shock. But
why are you shocked? I was surprised.
Why? I mean, they've been together for almost 30 years. You just figure at this point in your life, I mean, it's just, just go on.
That's the usual expectation, but the world has changed. I see people who have been married for way longer decide to call it quits for different reasons.
Yeah, but because in terms of, we have to think of what they've done for polio eradication in Nigeria, the contributions to trying to get, Gavi, the COVAX vaccines and so on. So I hope they're still working together. There are a lot of, African countries that be like, should we be worried? Aid and the assistance should still
continue. For
continue.
sure. I mean, they've been more impactful than any government, in fact,
Yes,
so
yes, and it's a private foundation. Private.
Yeah, crazy.
Exactly. They've had the most impact. You're talking about governments more than most businesses, more than most.
Exactly.
My goodness, it's amazing.
Exactly. I don't even need to add anything to that.
Well, more messages. Imo from Ikeja says, I beg, we leave these ministers. I'm so upset. I don't know. Rotus, you promised us the first bank yesterday. D from Alausa says, guys, we understand that Nigeria is in a bad state, but you have to figure out ways to give us good ideas, solutions, options, etc. in the morning, not despondency. Thank you, D. Okoro from Okoro says, that TBM memo that warned against trading in non-Nigerian stock exchange was the impact on apps like Reinvest and Rise Vest and Bamboo. Foku Agoy says, hi guys, I think Minister Chris Ngige is right. The government has provided an enabling environment for businesses to thrive in, particularly
we found his burner account now.
Wait for this. Particularly for generator merchants, political jobbers, and sundry criminal elements. Inkabulu says, which tariff increase in July? Alaye, the increase is already in effect. It's all go. Someone's marriage is shaking the world. Last finish. And Chauko says, guys, what's going on? Shouldn't you analyze the news instead of hitting the government like regular listeners? That's our job, not yours. NBC is listening. Really, thank you for being the regulator there. We're out of time, Rotus. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you again for Timmy Peters. Thank you so much. Once again, armstocktrade.com. You guys visit the website. You can download Trade on the Go. And as Timmy has already said, get a lot of advice on what's going on in the markets. At least that's an avenue to increasing your wealth and escaping the hardship in Nigeria. Timmy,
most likely saving dollars.
Thank you.
Foreign exchange. Thank you, Timmy.